Hello. In just a little while, the PICC line nurse is going to come and insert the PICC line. I have signed off on some documents to allow them to do the procedure. So that's a bit of an update. Bye for now. Hello. The PICC line nurse was just here. He inserted my PICC line, and it was a relatively painless procedure. The most painful part of the entire procedure is when he injected the lidocaine. He put lidocaine into my arm to numb the area where he was going to insert the PICC line. After he injected the lidocaine, the rest of the procedure was only mildly painful. It was a little bit discomforting when he was inserting the PICC line. He ran into some scar tissue from previous PICC lines, and that I did feel a lot of pressure, and it felt like someone was trying to push something through. It was in my armpit area. That was that was a little unpleasant, but it was nothing like I was screaming in pain or it was anything that I couldn't overcome. He had to work a little bit at that to get that through the scar tissue, but the rest of the procedure was relatively painless. Now that the PICC line is in my vein, it's starting to throb a little bit. It is uncomfortable, a little bit painful. I think I'm going to take some Tylenol to help with the pain, to help get rid of this, because it's getting to be a little bit too much for my comfort, and it especially hurts in my armpit area. That usually happens whenever I get a PICC line. You usually have that pain in the armpit area, and that does usually go away after a couple days, but for the immediate future, it's going to be a little bit painful. So that's a little bit of an update. Bye for now. Good evening. I safely made it home from the hospital. Now I've been trying to get ready to go to bed, and my arm, it is so sore. I I just really can't move it much more than it's all spent, if you can see it, and it hurts a lot. Yeah. Uh, I was doing fine this afternoon, and I think now the lidocaine's worn off and the Tylenol's worn off, and I do not like taking Tylenol or ibuprofen. I try not to take those unless I am just like absolutely out of my mind in pain. I'm not quite there. I'm in a lot of pain. I would say the pain is probably about 7, maybe an 8. I don't know. It's quite intense. I'm just trying not to move my arm, and I'm just keeping it bent. Uh, just even bending it, like just trying to straighten it. It hurts a lot. Definitely hurts a lot. Uh, so I'm going to try to go to bed and go to sleep. I'm really tired from having a long day. I'm not sure how much sleep I'm going to get because my arm really hurts. Oh, okay. That's a bit of an update. Bye for now. Good morning. Today is the first day after having my PICC line inserted. I had my PICC line inserted into my left arm. My left arm right here. Yes, it is very sore. I had a lot of issues sleeping last night. I really like to sleep on my side, specifically my left side. I could not do that. I tried sleeping on my back, but it was just, my arm just was throbbing, and I eventually got some sleep, but I kept waking up during the night because my arm is quite sore. It's hard to extend it. Mm. So I'm just going to keep it bent like this, and I just keep holding my arm because the pain's quite intense. It's not quite as bad as what it was last night. Last night it was very bad, but it's still quite a burden, and I'm just trying not to use my arm. So that's a bit of an update. Bye for now. Good evening. I'm getting ready to go to bed, and I'm happy to report my arm is getting much better. It's not in nearly as much pain as what it was this morning. My arm, I'm still bending it because to extend it, it's still painful, not as painful as what it was today, but it just it just feels a lot better when I keep it bent for the moment. I'm trying not to use my arm too much because simply extending it and then trying to lift like that, lifting things, don't, that was bad. I try not to do that. But I am just trying to extend it a little bit more. I can tell my vein is inflamed because as the PICC line moves, as it moves when you bend and extend your arm, it's quite tender. But the pain is much better. This morning, I would say the pain was about a 7. Now the pain is about a 5, maybe a 6. So it's definitely going down, and I don't think it's going to give me any issues tonight. It's not it's not like it was last night that I was just overwhelmed with pain. Right now it's tolerable. And I have a good feeling I'm probably gonna get some sleep tonight because my arm is not bothering me, and also because I'm really tired from not sleeping much last night. So that's a bit of an update. Bye for now. Hello. It's been about 48 hours since I had my PICC line inserted. My arm today is doing much better. I got a lot of sleep last night, for which I'm very grateful. My arm really didn't hurt me at all. I was able to sleep, and sleep is what I did. I got a lot of sleep today. I'm still keeping my arm kind of bent, just because it just feels better. I can straighten it. It's okay. Doesn't really cause too many issues, but it feels better keeping it bent. I'm also trying not to, before I went to turn, and I'm not going to do it 'cause it's going to hurt. I tried to put my arm like this and then turn. Don't turn your arm like that. It's not, my arm is not ready for that. But I can bend and extend it without, it's minor pain, but nothing like what it was. The pain today is a 3, maybe a 4. It's much better, much more tolerable. I do notice that the pain is just kind of underlying and a little bit there, just kind of annoying. And then it does hurt if I touch the arm, like I touch the PICC line area. Don't do that. I did that. It causes a lot of pain. And then also, if you're trying to do interesting maneuvers with your arm, I saw something, I was like, oh, don't do that. Not on the PICC line arm. So I'm happy that my arm is continuing to get better. I'm doing so much better than I was yesterday. And for that, I am very grateful. So that's a bit of an update. Bye for now. Hello, it's another day of recovering from my PICC line being inserted. I am so happy to report my arm is doing even better than it was yesterday. I would say the pain is about a 2. My arm is pretty good. I can bend and extend it relatively easily. I still cannot touch the area. It is still very sensitive. Also, I am not going and picking up objects with this arm. I tried that today. That really hurt. Really hurt. I'm also noticing I'm still kind of keeping it a little bit bent, not as much as what I was, but it's still slightly bent. It's just a little bit more comfortable. I'm not quite ready to keep it fully extended, but I think we're getting there, and I'm able to do a lot of things that I was able to do before the PICC line. So it's on the good path to recovery. That's a bit of an update. Bye for now. Hello, it has been a week since I got my PICC line inserted. I am so happy to tell you my arm has pretty much completely recovered. It was a little bit sore this last week as I got further and further away from the PICC line insertion. It got less and less painful. Right now I can bend and extend it and rotate it and pick things up. It's still good if I touch it, it's fine. I'm just not going to hit it very hard because don't do that. That might hurt. But it's doing really well. So I would say my arm is completely recovered. I keep both of them straight now. I don't have to baby this arm anymore. So it takes pretty much like 3 days for your arm to recover, but really a full week for the pain and any irritation or discomfort to completely go away. But it is completely gone and my arm is as good as it's always been. So thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like and subscribe down below. Please also remember to comment and share. It really helps my YouTube channel. I hope you have a great day and a wonderful week. Bye-bye.